You ready? This is not another stream. This is the moment we show up. Real talk, real truth, real people, ready to ride. No filter, no fluff, just raw conversation that hits where it matters. Welcome to the revolution of You Be You Live. Let's go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it! Hey everyone, this is William Rochelle with UBU Live. Me and my brother, Philip Rochelle. This one is going to be a little bit different. This one's personal. This is not a podcast. This is not a performance. This is me and my brother. And we're just a few years apart. He's older. Raised in the same house, same roof, same parents, same rules, but two completely different memories of how it all went down. So, Phil.
Yeah.
You there?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. So how's everything in Springfield, Illinois?
I love it. I love Springfield.
What do you love about it?
The cost of living. $1 million goes a long way out here, bro.
Yeah, you're absolutely.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, it's apparent, especially I think Mike even said it. Are you still with Mike?
No, they just left, actually.
All right. So Mike even said, he said, you guys are totally opposite. Like, I wouldn't even think you guys were brothers.
No, wait, I think, no, I'm talking, Lisa's son, Mike, was over today.
Oh, okay. All right. Lisa didn't show up?
No, Lisa showed up too.
Oh, okay. Well,
when I said Mike, it was Lisa's son, Mike, not Lisa's.
Yeah, right. Not Big Mike.
Right.
So, it's weird how we can grow up in the same home, same circumstances, and view things totally different. The first thing I want to say is I'm really, really proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud of the person that you are, proud of the energy that you bring and the humbleness that comes with you. And I think a lot of people don't get to see that because your aura is very much different to me than the person. So there's this, you have a bigness about you. When you enter a room, people know it, they feel it, they adjust. But when you speak, you're a person, when you talk, you speak truth to power. You speak life into people. If people just give you the second to finish your sentence, which I have a problem doing, and you pointed that out, they would recognize that they can learn a lot from you. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, I got to say thank you for those generous words, man. You actually, in that little bit of time, you actually said a lot. So going back to kind of being in the same household and viewing things differently, one thing I want to put out there is that because I was involved in different activities than you were, the people that I associated with had an influence on me. So I think that's why we see things different.
Okay. That's fair.
And I was kind of going back to, I don't want to get into names, you know what I mean? But you got to realize, because of my personality, like I was a fighter. I used to like to fight.
Well, you used to actually, so going way, way, way back to the south side of Chicago, you would fight my battles.
Right. So let's not go that far back. Let's stick to Los Angeles or Culver City, LA, that area.
Okay.
And why we saw we took different paths because as a growing up, which to me, Culver City was not as sweet as people would think it would be because, again, I'm not going into any names, but most of my friends that I hung with, if you can remember, their older brothers was involved in some big time shit. And maybe you can connect the dots.
Right.
Now,
right.
I'll give one name because, rest his soul, rest in peace, he's passed away. But you remember Yogi?
That's who was coming to mind when you were speaking.
Right.
was Yogi.
Right. So me and Yogi's little brother were best friends.
I didn't know that.
Right. So and like I said, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but it was some gang activity around. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Definitely. Yogi punched me in the face one day because his girlfriend Carmen at a house party sat on my lap, and I was stupid. I didn't realize that she was doing that to antagonize her boyfriend.
Right.
And then right before he hit me, he said, "I'm sorry, bro, but I got to do this." And I was like, "Do what?" And he punched me in the face.
Well, here's the deal. If you can remember, when we first moved to Los Angeles, I don't know why you decided you wanted to wear a red rag up to the West Los Angeles Junior College when we played that football game and you had a red rag on.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know.
And it kind of started from there after the football game. After we played the football game, now they wanted to fight because of the red rag. What's up with the red?
Was that Harry Adolph?
And see, I'm not bringing up names, bro.
Okay. All right.
So me and the guy you just said, me and his little brother was super tight.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying, where I'm not going to say I picked up on certain things naturally. I didn't go out and seek that.
So let's make one thing perfectly clear out there for everybody. As he said, he didn't know why I wore a red rag. It was not gang related. I just
didn't know.
I just wore a red rag. I was like, "Oh, this will look nice with what I'm wearing," So,
but see, you got to realize something, which is so interesting. Before
I was clueless.
Listen,
totally clueless.
Okay, like I'm saying, listen. Before we moved from Chicago to Los Angeles, I did my research. I knew that it was Crips and Bloods. I knew that you couldn't wear certain colors.
Then why'd you let me go out the house with it?
Because I thought that's what we was banging. I thought that's what we was gonna do. You the big bro on the set. So so I was just there to play football. I thought you was there on some banging shit.
No, I was just like, okay, this looks good with what I'm wearing.
And it got you fucked up.
It sure did. It sure did. I'll never forget it.
And so basically, if we was creating a movie, that's how it all started with me, because I was ready to fight. Everybody else backed down after that.
Yeah. So every time anything happened to me, it was always someone walking up, me turning around,
and catching you off guard.
Me turning around, not knowing anything, like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" and then getting cold cocked in the face.
Yeah, you
right?
wasn't very street smart.
At all, like at all.
So
And
coming from Chicago, remember when we moved it with Mary Nook, and everybody talks about how nice of a community Mary Nook was. But remember, Mary Nook had a lot of action from outside neighborhoods
yeah,
that would try to come in to Mary Nook and 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 punk us out. But I wasn't having it.
you
It, it
so
wasn't going down like that with me when I was around.
right.
We was gonna
So
serve their ass.
there is a 3-year difference between me and my brother. So you're looking at an 8-year-old who's being defended by a 5-year-old. And he would, people were afraid of him. No one was afraid of me.
Yeah, because
Nobody. And
well,
and the part that I loved about it, that there's a thin line between love and hate, right? The part that I loved about it was, you were just fearless, absolutely fearless at a young age. And you were going to go after and take, and no one was going to put you down. I'm not saying I was stupid. I was just unaware. And I was also very much an introvert. So our
right,
personalities were way different, you know,
right,
like
right.
like the fact that I'm doing it's very interesting, everybody, because my brother and I speak all the time now. And I keep saying to him, you should have your own show. You should have your own show. And he's like, no, I can't do that. But then I get up every day and do it. And the roles, he's still the tougher one. He'll, I'm not going to get into a fight with him. When I was at his house the other day, last week, when I was in Springfield, I took an ironing board to shield myself from him. What did I say to you that day that had me pick up that ironing board?
I think he was just talking a lot of shit. And I said, well, not in my house.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Not in my house. I grabbed that ironing board and I was just like acting like I was like using like a Captain America shield. Like, okay, he ain't gonna hit me. He ain't gonna get me.
But it was all in fun.
All in fun. No. We don't fight. We don't fight. We don't argue. We do have differences of opinion. And when
Well,
we
we
do have
should,
differences,
you know.
yeah, whenever we have differences of opinion, I believe that we've learned to listen to each other and hear the other person out. I think that you're better at it than I am, because you're more apt to say, "Let me finish my sentence." So what that says to me is I'm more apt to interrupt you mid sentence. Is that about right?
Well, you got to realize, I mean, obviously, communication is the universal law of the land. You know, whether it's sign language or verbal, and it's very interesting that we're on this topic of communicating because, I mean, communication is all we got. So, as far as cutting me off and things like that, I kind of take it as okay, man to man. It's only two reasons, or you can make up a million reasons
Yeah.
on why somebody would cut you off, but it's basically a power play on okay, either this guy is going to say something to make me look bad, or I'm so narcissistic that I have to control everything.
Is that it?
And
So that's me. I'm the narcissistic one.
well, if you would let me finish talking, we can deal with that later
Okay.
on down the show. So, my standpoint in it is that because, I work with a lot of rowdy guys. I'm a foreman for a construction firm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And there's a lot of gaslighting. There's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of bullying. There's a lot of intimidation. So the only way we can kind of harness the power is, well, whoever gets to talk the most wins, because I mean, once it turns violent, then you're fired.
Right.
So with that being said, as a foreman, and being in that environment for so long, I kind of learned that okay, when somebody doesn't want you to talk, or they're trying to bully you, or in some way, form, or fashion, it's an insecurity that they have, because at the end of the day, if I don't feel comfortable with the conversation, I can say, well, fuck you. I don't have to talk to you no more.
Right.
You can go talk to yourself in the mirror all day long. But if I can't say what I want to say, I always got to listen to you. Well, okay, I'm done playing this game. So that was the only thing about you and I communicating was, it started to feel like it was like a competition. And so what I had to go into my mind and say, well, okay, he wins. Go talk to yourself in the mirror, and I can go on about my life.
Right. Right. At one point in our relationship, and I'm going to use the word friendship, even though we're brothers, I had to learn to listen to you. And somewhere along the line, something changed, and there was an appreciation for your views. There was a different perspective that I learned to respect, and I didn't even know it was there because I never let you talk. Our lives took completely different turns, and we went through our own storms, right? And ladies and gentlemen, life, your journey is unique, and no one's journey is just a straight line. So when I say we went through our own storms, as grown men, we went through our own storms, and I gotta say, man, I'm proud of you. You're a protector, husband, father, and friend, but most of all, you're my brother, and I'm grateful for who you are now. And we can't make up for lost time, but I think that everything happens in divine timing, and we reconnected when we were both ready to hear each other. What would you say to that?
So here's what I would say to that, man. There's a certain type of responsibility that an older brother has.
Uh-oh.
So I've always been open-minded towards what you had to offer me. It was just that we didn't, as youngsters, we didn't have a foundation of what we had in common. Like, as a youngster, I was involved in sports and fighting and getting in trouble. And I think you were involved in other things.
Yeah, it was kind of embarrassing because people would say, Philip's the athletic one and Bill's really smart, but I was failing everything. So I'm like, that wasn't even a great compliment because I wasn't that smart. Well, I was smart, but I wasn't applying myself. Does that make sense?
And well, listen, man. The thing about it is, which again, you found yet another avenue, because think of how many brothers have had tremendous relationships, and think about how many brothers have had some really bad relationships. So, brother talk is brilliant in and of itself. The most important thing is that, like you said, um, without having a father to basically say, nope, Bill, it doesn't matter if you're not good at baseball, or Phil, it doesn't matter if you're not good at this or that, but once a week, we're still going to go out and eat together. Or once a week, we're still going to ride bikes together. Or once a week, we're still going to go fishing together. I think that's where me and you kind of missed it. In the most crucial moments of mental development of who we're supposed to be, because, in psychology, they say that by the age of, I don't know, 10 years old, basically you formed your personality for the rest of your life.
Yep.
So you and I never, at the early stages, had that time where, okay, Phil, so what if you don't do this? Bill, so what if you don't do that good? Or Phil, so what if you don't do this good? Uh, our father is still going to take us and go out and have pizza with us, or go out and eventually. What I'm saying is, me and you would have found something that we both could relate to and both were good at, so we could both spend time doing that. You and I never spent time together.
We didn't. We didn't. That's deep. Did you get that from did you get that line from a book? Or did you just decide to drop a whole philosophy lesson?
Watch yourself.
Or did you decide to drop a whole philosophy lesson on us? I
Watch
think it was
yourself.
great. You are a whole vibe, my friend. A whole vibe.
That's right.
Watch yourself.
Watch.
So, what changed? You're going to say I changed.
What changed? I think. Yeah. Well, if you want to be honest, I think what changed was, honestly, I think that you realized, number one, you know that I love you. You know that I respect you.
I do.
And then I think you were humbled, man, because at one point, man, I used to have to call you 30, 40 times in a month to get a 2-minute phone call.
Yeah.
And I told myself, well, I'm done with that bullshit. But
Can
but
you do me
that's
a
when you
favor?
was kind of,
Can you do me a favor?
for lack of better words, that's when you was kind of high rolling, man. You was doing you. You was making big money. You,
Yeah.
you was balling like that. You was getting off the way you normally get off, and you just might have not have had the time.
Yeah. Can you keep talking? There is a gentleman in my house that is putting in my garbage disposal, and he wants me to go buy a piece from Home Depot. So keep talking.
How about we do this? How about you take care of that gentleman, and I run to the restroom real quick, and we'll pick it up from there.
There we go. That's
There we go.
perfect.
You back?
Hey, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Yep.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, live TV and, well, you own your own home and things break. So you got to get fixed. And I decided to buy my own garbage disposal. And when the gentleman Raphael came to fix it, he said, "Hey, you got the one with the wrong plug." So I got to go to Home Depot after this, pick up a plug, and then he'll be back tomorrow to finish the installation. My sink was all backed up. So anyway, back to what we were saying, which was
I think we just didn't spend.
everything for today.
I can until I complete the work. It's like complete months.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Phil.
No, I was just gonna say. Again, brother talk is very intriguing, and I just think that you and I just during the most important years of development didn't spend a lot of time together
Right.
to find a common bond.
Yeah, one of the things that's phenomenal is that we are able to do this and that we are able to reconnect, and that energy we're bringing today, unfiltered, unscripted, it's what we need. And one of the things you keep talking about, especially with some of the other programming that we have, is that we need to do a better job at reconnecting people, mending fences, helping to build bridges, and that's solid. I wish you would do Garage Talk. I think that would be just a phenomenal show.
It's too much.
Right.
And the reason why I say that is because I'm like you, if I do something, man, I'm gonna put the time into it, man. We're gonna do it. And maybe when I retire, I will do it. But like on the weekends, man, I just want to chill out, relax. I don't want to have to go through the weekday trying to decide if I can have somebody on the show or stuff like that.
Yeah. The production of it's really heavy.
Yeah,
it really is. It's not easy getting all the talent together and
right.
getting the right tone.
Now I could do something to where like Garage Talk, this and that, but again, when it comes to like a brand, I mean, let's be honest, Bill, it seems like you spearheaded something pretty cool, man. You spearheaded something special. So if you're asking me to do a spinoff, everybody know. Let's just say show business, okay? Everybody knows that. Okay, I'm coming under the UBU umbrella. Okay, if my shit is fucked up, I get fired.
you, you wouldn't get fired. Your show would just get canceled.
I get canceled. You tell me, hey man, nah, he don't have nothing to do with this. Ain't no UBU umbrella, But um, that's why I'm not gonna do it, man. Because like I said, you got something. Not just Cousin Talk, but your other podcasts are very influential. And then I like personally the idea of brother talk. I mean, just think of the direction we could take this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, and I've been telling you this, so ain't nothing I'm making up. To me, less is best. Less is more.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, and that's one of the reasons why you actually talked me into reducing, going on hiatus for the summer, for the Cousin Talk portion of the show, and then I did take a 2-week break on UBU Live. This is the first day back on a Sunday. Next week we're having Wayne Dawson back, who is one of your favorites.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's extraordinary. And then
Yeah.
Lanier Johnson, Scott Mason. I'm trying to get this guy Michael DeLance to come on. So the programming for UBU Live is consistently easier than the Cousin Talk, because it's a family program, and so families take family vacations together, and they want to spend those Saturdays and Sundays at cookouts. So it just makes sense.
And family get tired of you too.
Well, one of the things that Tony said, which made sense, is we need to start seeing different family members. So it's always me, you, CJ, Bill Scott, Tony Landis, Lisa. We need to start seeing different people. So
that's that might be his way of saying, man, I'm tired of doing it.
No. He actually wants to be more.
Listen, man, I just threw that out there. I threw that out there because I totally disagree. I think that either put it to you like this. I disagree with that so much, I don't even want to get into it.
Okay. You be you. So
what you're trying to tell me is, in that aspect, if you was to do brother talk, I think that the way Cousin Talk was running with with the selection of people you had on there, me personally, I think that's brilliant.
Right.
I'm not saying that they feel like, hey man, look, I can't do it. I'm running out of stuff to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put that on them, but I think that works.
Right. I just think Tony was saying that we should try to find more cousins to become a part of it.
So let me ask you this. So what if you don't find more cousins? You done with Cousin Talk?
No, not at all. Not at all. But it's the point is to meet and bond with new cousins that we don't know. And the actual purpose is an unscripted first time meeting. That's the best part. And finding things in common right there at ground zero. But it is what it is. And Tony's helping. He's going to help from the back end to help find some people. We don't know all of our cousins, and that's one of the reasons why doing the show was so interesting to me, because I didn't know Tony as well as I do now, or CJ as well as I do now, or Bill Scott or Ryan or Olivia, or we can
Well,
just go down the line.
let me say this.
And
Right.
even Lisa Landis came in, visited you today. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't know her before
So
the series started.
so let me say this. Because of Cousin Talk, I was able to sit in my living room today and literally have 2 hours worth of miraculous conversations with cousin Lisa and her son Mike. And that's because of Cousin Talk.
How did it go? How did it go? And what did you guys do? And what did you guys talk about?
Well, me and Mike, her son is 30 years old, by the way. So my wife Phyllis and Lisa talked, and me and Mike hung out. We went out, and I got a couple beers, and we talked about what family members should talk about, trying to connect. And from a 30-year-old and a 55-year-old perspective, which it ain't
That easy?
some tremendous number when it comes to being men and bonding as men. 30, he's not a kid, he's 30 years old.
Right.
And so it was very, very interesting. But I wanted to spin that credit back to you as far as the Cousin Talk. So that's why I was saying, like, if we wasn't getting results like that, because at the end of the day, bro, I'm like, I don't care about none of how we do it, this, that, and the third. Are we getting results? I don't care if you had to use the same cousin every single time. Are you getting results? Now, again, let me be clear. That's my opinion.
It's a good opinion.
Now, what I can tell you is that because of Cousin Talk and the wheels are spinning, me and Mike, Lisa's son, we have committed to hanging out more. And at 30 years old, I kind of championed him into, hey, man, how about you start reaching out to the 30-year-old and the 40-year-old side of the family?
Yeah.
Or the 20-year-old side of the family.
How did you respond?
He said he got me faded. The dude is solid, bro.
Yeah.
He's a solid dude.
He was on with Lisa, and he was such a gentleman.
He's solid, man.
And so respectful, and showed so much love and appreciation for what his mom has done.
He not nobody to play with, bro. He got his shit together, and he understands what you've put in play, because you put it in play. Now, you can't be the coach and play the game and all that type shit. You need, you put it in motion.
Yep.
So now you need some soldiers. You need people to go out and say, listen, man, here's the play. The chief put it down. This is what we're going to do. You either in or you out. We're not dealing with no 1 minute you in, 1 minute you in, 1 minute you out. The next minute you might be dead, motherfucker. No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
you're right.
What I'm saying is, with what you put out there, now what I'm trying to do is, okay, this is not a game. You either in or you out. If you're crying about it, okay, well then so I think you're hitting on all cylinders. The only thing that I want you to reconsider is well, we need to get more cousins. You might not get no more cousins. but you're getting results from work with the people that you're getting.
I hear you.
Again, that's my opinion.
I hear you. I hear you.
That's my opinion.
Are you going to get him and train together?
I'm gonna try to do that because it was so interesting. Because family or not, I'm not introducing my son to no goofballs.
Well, yeah, you're very protective.
And in regards to the BS, and that's one thing that, again, what made it so interesting with me and Mike is that as a 30-year-old man, when we talked, because it was all based on cousin talk, and the purpose of trying to build and establish a certain type of relationship as family. And so, listen, let's face it, we might meet a cousin and the cousin might not be feeling me. Or I might meet a cousin and, man, I'm just not with that. That's fine. That's perfectly okay.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Well, hey,
vaguely.
The beauty of it is when you do meet a family member and you connect, it's like a magnet.
Yeah. Yep. You're not gonna get them every time, right? But when you do, it's like a spark. It's like a thread that runs together. What did you think about? So I was taken aback last week because I recognize I've always thought like, oh, Phil's the alpha. But I recognized that me, you, and Justin in different ways are all alphas. And for the first time, Justin started telling me no. And I was shocked. I was like totally floored by it.
Yeah.
And he got angry. He was like, I need food. And I don't care about, your upcoming schedule. And I was like, okay. But that dynamic, I thought it was really great. The three of us together, hanging out and getting to know each other on a more personal level. Justin falling down on the couch, crying, laughing when you said I look like a donut hole. That I was shaped I was shaped like a sunflower seed.
This is brother talk.
All I was doing was sitting there. So why do I look like a donut hole? Let's start there.
Well, first of all, we're not going to start there.
Okay.
Where we're going to start is you should absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, without question, without any unadulterated circumstances, be ashamed of yourself because you was offended. Justin told you no. He stood up to you.
He was mean. And
so 40, so how old is Justin?
41. I keep forgetting that he's a grown man, Yeah, like he's grown man, he's married.
Now you looking like a donut hole. Now let's get to you looking like a donut.
No. Jeremy thinks that you're bringing the fire. And
tell him I said, well, if he's listening, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Because this show is about bringing the fire. This show, Brother Talk, UBU, Cousin Talk, is about positivity. Let's get that straight. Hands down, no questions. So let's be 100% clear.
So I positively look like a donut hole.
At that particular moment, man, yeah. When we was talking shit, yeah. Right. And you was trying to clown me, yes.
I've never tried to clown you. I'm afraid
Yeah,
of you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
You look like at that point, you look like a one-legged monkey wearing a football helmet. Yes.
a one-legged monkey wearing a football helmet.
Yeah, because yeah, and we never did get into the recipe of the captain's platter.
What is the recipe of the captain's platter?
Nah, man, because we talked about sardines.
Shut up. Okay, all right. And now you're becoming crazy. Sardines. What's the one thing in your life that you would have done differently as an older brother to Justin?
I'd have probably taught him how to roll a joint up a little bit better. When I was teaching him how to roll it up, I was late for work. I told him put the whole bud in. I forgot to tell him to chop it up.
Okay. Are you joking?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Okay. So what's the one thing as an older brother that you would have done differently with Justin?
So here's what I got to say to that. Because of the age group is so big,
Age difference.
the age difference, the gap in age is so different. I got to give myself credit and say nothing, man, because it's so intriguing that there was never a time. Remember, we talking about time. Relationships are built from what?
Time.
From time. You have to spend time with people to establish certain type of relationship. So there was never the time to put into me and Justin's, you and I, but speaking on Justin, I don't know if there was anything I could do because he's 15 years younger. How many? He's 15 years younger than us.
Yeah.
So, so in my crucial years, which was high school,
He was just
and I was off the chain, bro. You know that.
Yep.
I mean, think about it, bro. We was drinking 40 ounces of Old English at 14 years old.
You were drinking 40 ounces of Old English at 14 years old.
I mean, come on, bro. I remember hanging out one day drinking some 40s in Tara Hills, and my homeboys was like, hey, man, let's go rob Alpha Beta. I'm like, golly, damn, cuz we went from hanging out to going to rob Alpha Beta. I'm out of here, bro.
Wait. So let's be clear. You guys weren't robbing them for money. You were stealing food or candy.
Nah, bro. It was a certain group. It was a certain group that wanted to go run in there, bust them down. Because, you know, at that time, the cash registers, their backs were to the entrance. So you walk in and you walking right into the cash registers.
Right.
At Alpha Beta. So everybody was going to take a register. Like when you walk in, if I walk in, I'm hitting this cash register. The other guy hitting that one, that guy hitting that one. Give it up right now, and everybody's good. But what I'm saying is that's where my mindset was. And you wanted me to hang out with my little brother?
Right.
And then when I was 20, 25, he was 15?
No, when you were 25, he was 10.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, 25, he was 10. So again, let's make it count. That's why brother talk is important to me, because we, like you said, we cannot do anything about the past.
Right.
It's more important now what we decide to do together in the future as adults. Because there's no more going to rob no liquor stores, hopefully.
Well, I was never robbing a liquor store, ladies and gentlemen, because I was too afraid to. So,
but that would have been Bill. Do you remember Alpha Beta?
Yeah, I used to go to Alpha Beta. Well, it was across the street. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So that would have been one of the easiest licks you could have came up with, because you talking about games.
But everyone knew me, like, because I would go every day. I remember I stole a set of batteries, and Mom made me take them back and tell them that I took the batteries, because I had a Walkman, but the Walkman had run out of batteries. Remember Walkman?
Yeah.
That's as deep as I got, you know.
I got you.
But everyone, Local Menace, which it says on my hat. This is my brother's apparel company, not that brother, but Justin's. I do encourage you to go there. www.localmenace.com and check out his stuff. It is unique. He's an artist and he designs everything by hand. He doesn't make it by hand, but he, draws or creates the logos or whatever he does. How do you feel about being and I think that you deserve it. How do you feel about being the favorite son?
Well,
I don't deserve it because I can't get along. I'll say that.
Well, I think I don't know who it was. I think it was Rashad McCants. He was a professional basketball player, and they was doing a podcast. And I'm gonna take a spin off of what he said. He said, basically, that's what you think. You think I'm the favorite son.
No.
So that's how you asked me. You asked me.
Okay.
How? Listen, that's when we getting back to. Listen, you asked me. How do I feel about being a favorite son? And I answered with, you think I'm the favorite son. I don't think I'm the favorite son. I don't know if Justin, I mean, it's not fair to talk about Justin now.
Justin thinks you're the favorite son. Because
I never knew that.
Because he said, I'm the baby and I'm not even the favorite.
Well,
and
I don't, I guess to answer that, honestly, bro, honestly.
Can I finish? I want to say this.
No, you can't. No, I'm going to finish.
Okay. No, but this is true. I believe in my heart that you and your mom have a connection where you guys understand each other. And like, even at the funeral, you said, I was like, well, why were you crying at Aunt Joyce's service? And you said, did you see how beautiful Mom looked? And do you know all that she's gone through? And that hadn't entered my head. Mm-hmm. So you you have a connection, a real connection, um, whether intentional or unintentional, where you guys feel each other's energy without speaking words.
So does that have to be a favorite, or I don't know?
I think that everyone gravitates to the easiest one for them to communicate with, and communicating with me can be detrimental to your health. Um, I'm unwavering sometimes in
So here's the deal.
my
Here-
facts.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. I think that's something that is in you and Justin's head. But I will. I mean, I'm not going to take away that I'm a very charming, engaging, powerful, intelligent. But at the same time, I live in Springfield, so I spend again. What's the best way to build a relationship?
Time.
So I spend a lot of time with mom. I spend a lot of time talking with mom. You know, I try to make mom laugh, and that doesn't take away you guys, because truth be told, if when I retire, I'll talk more about my past. But we know why I'm in Springfield.
Yeah.
If I would have if I could have waved a magic wand and I would have had a 15-year career in the NFL.
Right.
And maybe lived in North Carolina or Miami. But we know what transpired to me taking the steps to get to Springfield. Now, once I got to Springfield, it was time for me to get my act together.
And you flourished.
Exactly.
And
Because we had that structure.
Yeah.
I wasn't all over the place.
Yeah.
I had a vision. I had male role models like our cousins, Pooji and Chris and Freddie and Billy Jackson and Ron and Jimmy. I spent a lot of time with our family, and it was like, I can't be out here clowning around.
Yeah.
Ivan Jackson, who I lived with grandma for the first 3 or 4 years, and man, I had to be in every day, even on the weekends at 10:30.
Oh,
So
I miss my grandmother.
But no, I just think that outside of being a asshole, a straight jerk, people gonna gravitate to who they spend more time with.
Right. I agree with that.
Plain and simple.
No more questions about being mom's favorite. So
yeah,
we are at our 1 hour point. We did very well. And I have to do my Home Depot run so that I can get that piece that the guy needs in order to fix my garbage disposal. I love you. What are your final thoughts? What do you want to leave everybody with when they say, who is Phil Rochelle? Who are you?
I'm Bill Rochelle's #1 fan. Peace.
He is.
I'm out.
Really
Take care.
Is. And thank you everyone for watching. I love my brothers. I love my brother Phil. And you guys have a great evening. Bye.